Brendan Rodgers is the favourite to replace under fire Claude Puel. Claude Puel is fearing for his future at Leicester City after the beleaguered boss was installed as the odds-on favourite to become the fourth victim of the 2018-19 Premier League sack race. The under-fire Frenchman watched on as the Foxes slumped to a deflating 2-1 defeat at home to 10-man Southampton on Saturday, which came a week after the club were dumped out of the FA Cup by minnows Newport County. Judging by the reaction on social media, fans appear to be split on what step the club should take. On one hand, many supporters think Puel deserves more time in the dugout. Understand why Claude Puel is under pressure at Sam Dean disagree. Puel has to stay and play a more positive team capable of creating enough chances to win a game. You know, a kinda, give it a go and see what happens kinda thing, at JohnFord11. In contrast, other members of the Foxes faithful are demanding a change. Sack him now. I remember when the King Power was a fortress. It's now easy 3 points for most teams that come here. It's not good enough, at Adjwachal CFC, been going for 50 years. Watched relegation football with players that ultimately weren't good enough. No problem. This is the same, but with quality players. It's so frustrating. I go to games with no expectation. There is no passion in the way we're playing. His lack of fan engagement is worrying. Over 15 months and still no chance. Except for maybe. Puel out, Rodgers in it. Chris Renwick get rid of Puel. Mendy, Geez'll bring Drinky back and get Rodgers at Sick Depot 1. Do you think Rodgers would come here? Get a grip. The reason we brought Puel in was to stabilize the club in a transition phase. That hasn't finished yet. And people say it's poor football. Obviously never saw 11. Now that was the worst team outplayed by teams like Crew and QPR. At Stutabs, as at Stutabs alluded to, it's difficult to envision Rodgers suddenly swapping Celtic for Leicester at this point of the season, with the Northern Irish manager currently attempting to swat away the challenge of Steven Gerrard and co as he goes in pursuit of a third straight SPL title. However, a summer switch could be more likely. Newcastle boss Rafa Benitez also features in the betting alongside Man City assistant Mikel Arteta, and then there's Sam Allardyce. I don't enjoy Puel's style, and yet 7th is about as good as Leicester could hope for. He deserves credit for that. But you just sense if a change isn't made, Leicester won't be 7th this time next year. That's how it panned out for Taylor, too. Would love to see. D_Wickens interesting because with Allardyce at least you know the plan. Get it in the box to a big man. With Puel we go sideways and backwards, then cross high into Vardy versus two big men. I'm falling asleep through boredom. We hardly create anything. At Watto T, that went well, grimacing face.